My parents blew my full $40,000 college fund my grandparents left me on my sister's Fairytale. I thought I'd finally found peace, finally stepped out of his shadow. Then, Blake came back, not just to haunt me, but to take everything my parents left behind, everything I'd spent a lifetime being denied. You know, when I tell people about my older brother, how he made my childhood a living hell, they usually picture typical sibling stuff. A little teasing, maybe a squabble over a toy. But this wasn't that. Blake, he built his whole identity around making me feel worthless. I'm Ethan, 34 now, and for the first time, I finally understood what real peace felt like. That feeling? It's about to shatter. Blake's decided to crash back into my life. And this time, it's not just about a cruel joke or messing up a job interview. He's after everything. Growing up, Blake was the golden child. Charismatic, straight A's, that charming smile that everyone, especially Sarah and Michael, our parents, just fell for. To the world, he was polite, driven, perfect. But behind closed doors? That's where the real Blake emerged. He wasn't violent in the physical sense. His weapon was humiliation. Pure psychological warfare. He could twist anything, make me look like the liar, the attention seeker, the bad guy. I'd trip on a rug, and he convinced Sarah and Michael I was faking an injury to avoid chores. Once, he broke a lamp, then calmly told them I threw a tantrum and smashed it myself. They believed him, no questions asked. I got grounded for 2 weeks. He just stood in the hallway, watching me, a wolfish grin on his face. It didn't help that I was quieter, more sensitive. I loved to draw. At dinner, I mostly kept to myself. I never begged for attention, never performed for relatives during holidays. Blake? He thrived on it. Jokes, stories, endless flattery. He was a master manipulator before he even hit puberty, and our parents completely ate it up. To them, I was the problem. The kid who needed to try harder, who was always sulking, who couldn't just let things go. Whenever I tried to explain what Blake was doing, Sarah would dismiss it with, "He's just teasing." And Michael would add, "You need to toughen up." Eventually, I just stopped trying to explain. I stopped expecting justice. By 15, Blake had most of the extended family convinced I was lazy, ungrateful, and impossible. My uncles would talk down to me at family barbecues, aunts would passively ask if I'd finally found something I was good at. Meanwhile, Blake was the high-achieving student with early college admission, an internship, and a girlfriend Sarah adored. I got used to being in the background, to the leftovers, to Ethan, "Can you just do the chores?" while Blake got praised for washing a single dish once a week. What truly hurt was that he didn't just want to win, he wanted me to lose. A B on a test? He'd joke about how even the dumb kids in his class got A's. I'd start talking about a new hobby, and he'd chip away at it, making me doubt if I was any good. When I got into graphic design, he announced at dinner I was studying to draw cartoons for a living. My parents laughed. I didn't even bother to defend myself. College was my first real escape. I chose a university out of state, snagged a scholarship that covered most tuition. The day I left, Blake barely acknowledged me. Sarah hugged me like I was deploying. Michael gave me a weird half-nod, like he wasn't sure if he was proud or just confused I'd gotten in anywhere. I thought things would get better, and for a while, they did. I made real friends, people who liked me. I didn't miss the twist bottom left, full story.